Week 8 of the NFL on CBS, and we're underway at NRG Stadium. It'll be Pierce on the return. One kick return touchdown to his name in his career. Gets to the outside here at the 30. Pierce across the 40 and out of bounds near midfield. So a good start for the Texans. A 46-yard return for Pierce. On 2nd and 10. Stroud again to the air. Checks it down to Mixon. Mixon gets away from one and then wrestled down by Jalen Jones right near midfield.
Joe Mixon in week 1, as we called a game, 159-yard rushing.
On 2nd down, Stroud to the air. Over the middle, wide open is Stephon Diggs. First down for Houston to the 21-yard line. A gain of 16. Pressure's coming. Stroud hanging in there. Delivers to Tank Dell. And Nick Cross is there to make the stop. So here is Kihimi Fairbairn having a fantastic season. This field goal attempt from 35 yards out, and Fairbairn is good.
Anthony Richardson had a couple of humongous plays. Big touchdown throw.
Ashton Doolin on the kick return. Doolin at the 30, still going across the 40. Fairbairn there. Doolin cuts it back near midfield into Houston territory and down at the 39-yard line. What a return for Ashton Doolin. Give him 56 yards. Richardson back to the air. Locates Taylor on the screen. Jonathan Taylor. Nice moves. Second level and a first down for JT. Taylor races for 14. On 3rd and 10 or more this year, Colts are best in the NFL. Looking to add to their total. Mitchell in the end zone, out of bounds. Interesting drive. All 5 plays on that drive through the air. And now a 46-yard attempt for Matt Gay. Off the upright and in. All right, Matt Gay will take it. Stroud to the outside to Dalton Schultz, incomplete. 1st and 15, here is Taylor. Nice move at the line of scrimmage. Taylor in the open field. Welcome back, Jonathan Taylor. An 18-yard run and a first down for the Colts.
It's hard for those defenders to grab him.
Richardson sidesteps the pressure, now on the move, rolling right. He's going to keep it himself, turns it upfield, and takes a shot by Jalen Petrie at the 50. 3rd and long. Richardson pump fakes, now throws, and it's low. Intended for Mitchell. Still no Joe Mixon. Remember, he was shaken up on that last drive, and Dameon Pierce is the running back, although Mixon does have his helmet on the sideline. Stroud from his own end zone. Gets rid of it, and it's caught by Cade Stover, who stays on his feet, and the extra effort gives him a first down. Joe said, "Where's Cade?" That's what I'm always thinking when I'm running the ball. Here's Schultz over the middle, and another first down. So back-to-back completions to the tight ends on Tiki's favorite day, National Tight End Day. Pressure coming again, and Stroud is sacked. Dayo Odengbo, the first to get back there. 2nd and 9. Richardson keeps it. Now steps up, looking deep, has a wide open man. Josh Downs, nobody in sight, and Downs will go. Touchdown, Colts. A 69-yard touchdown. Stroud in trouble again, gets rid of it and completes it to Schultz. Big throw by Stroud after he took another hit. A gain of 15 on the final play of the first quarter. Stroud has a little bit of time and swings one to Mixon. Blockers ahead. Mixon, nice move. And then E.J. Speed combines with Julian Blackmon on the tackle. Stroud on the slant. Woods has it, and it's good for a first down. So Robert Woods, who missed the last 2 games with a foot injury, comes up with a big play of 13 yards.
And he knew what type of player he had to be for this team, and they've just supported him from day one, guys.
There he goes again. Mixon at the 5, lowers his shoulder, and he's in for the touchdown. What a run by Mixon. Anderson's coming. Richardson can't escape. A sack for Will Anderson. He's now got 7.5 on the year. Kenyon Green remains at left guard as Patterson's being evaluated for a concussion. Stroud fires, and it's caught. A first down for Dalton Schultz and a gain of 17 in front of Franklin. Ogunbowale in at running back. Stroud rolling left, throws on the run to Diggs, and this time they connect. Stroud under pressure. He is sacked, and that takes them out of field goal range. DeForest Buckner back in the lineup, and he makes the play.
I mean, given the circumstance, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a designed run for the quarterback, but an incompletion.
Picked off. Petrie at the 10. Petrie cuts it back, and he is stopped right there. And what a disaster for the Colts late in the first half. First and goal for the Texans with all 3 timeouts. Stroud stays in there, throws end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Tank Dell. Handoff on first down. Petrie could not bring Taylor down. Taylor slips another tackle down the sideline and out of bounds with a first down. He's still big, and we saw it on that play right there. First down and 10. Richardson keeping it himself. Now he'll pitch it to Downs. Nifty little play and another first down for the Colts. Third penalty against the Colts. On the slant, here's Mitchell making the catch and tackled by Lassiter. Richardson lost a handle on it. It's loose. And the Colts have fallen on the football. Third down and 6. Colts trying to get off the field again quickly. Stroud stands in the pocket over the middle. Hutchinson leaps. Does he bring that in? That's a big catch on third down for Xavier Hutchinson.
Looks like a clean catch.
They got the play off in time. They hustle to the line. Diggs is wide open. Diggs cuts back at the 30. Diggs at the 20. And wrapped up there. Quick strike, Texans offense. That one for 49. Just not talking to refs, huddling up quick. Play clock again down to 1. Stroud with pressure coming. Has to get rid of it, and it's incomplete. Now Fairbairn's ready. Kick on the way. And that is his 20th consecutive made field goal at home.
I'm shocked he got that Lewis-sized duck outfit on Amazon.
That's what Zaire Franklin said. And Buckner confirmed last night he would have been Brutus had Ohio State won, as Taylor runs for a first down. Fourth down and 3. Downs in motion. Richardson rolling right, following the block of Smith, and he picks up the first down. The right tackle, Braden Smith, leading the way for Richardson, and a gain of 12. Taylor trying to get to the outside. He does. Taylor at the 20. Taylor still going at the 15. And down at the 10. Jonathan Taylor has brought life to the Colts offense. A gain of 28. So now it's second and goal from the 23-yard line. Richardson in big trouble here. Stays on his feet. Now he's going to run. Richardson is tripped up at the 23. That was nearly a play that would take them out of field goal range. But instead, Richardson was able to get back as Matt Gay comes out for a 37-yard field goal attempt. And Gay makes it a 7-point game. We have AJ down there on the field. She'll give us an update as soon as we have one. But now, no Diggs. And we already know Nico Collins is on IR. Second down and 6. Stroud with pressure coming. Stroud to the sideline, caught by Tank Dell. Good for a Houston first down. A gain of 13. A handoff to Mixon. And Mixon up the middle for a first down. Stroud flushed right. Chased by Pay. Throws on the run. Mechie reels it in. John Mechie stepping up and making a play. 3rd and 2. Quick pass. Mechie and Kenny Moore is right there. The 8-year veteran makes a big play and a loss of 3 on 3rd down. He's already hit twice from 35. This one from 34. Fairbairn continues to be one of the best kickers in the NFL. 2nd and 9. Richardson, he's got Pittman open over the middle for a first down. Eric Murray takes him to the turf. For Pittman, that's his first catch today. Richardson to Downs, who was able to create some space. What a move by Josh Downs on Kamari Lassiter. Another Colts first down. And Richardson completes to Pierce. 3rd down and 10. Richardson has Downs down there. Downs! He's got it! What a catch!
Just a matter if he came down short of the end zone, because he is being contacted by Jalen Petrie. Elbow down. Where was the ball? That's the question that they're looking at.
Richardson, same play to Taylor, and this time he's hit. But that did take some extra time off the clock between Downs being down at the 1 and then having to score on 2nd down. Stroud again throwing and completing one along the sideline right back to Dell. The 3 without Mixon while he had the injury. Only 77 yards rushing. Go back to him here. Mixon's got the first down and more. Again, lowering his shoulder on Blackman. 13 yards for Joe Mixon. Another first down.
Time for him to get it down there, but critically bad penalty.
Gives him a first down. Here's Mixon again. Joe Mixon at the 10. Mixon cut from behind. But what a run by Mixon. A gain of 22. A pitch to Mixon. He can't handle the football. It's loose. The Colts have it. He's not been ruled down. That's Odengbo. Still going. No whistle. Odengbo down the sideline. Dio. Odengbo. Amazing.
That backward pass as a defender. We can see right here there is clear possession by the defender here very shortly. And you will see Mixon now just throw him to the ground. That constitutes down by contact. Pretty easy call when you take a look at it.
This year, everything has been working. Will it work right here? Richardson in trouble again. And he is called down. That's a sack. To Neil Hunter, making his presence felt. And it's 4th down.
So I'm running the ball here and trusting that my defense can hold back and ineffective.
They are running it. Again, the Colts are all over it with E.J. Speed and Nick Cross. Ball is at the 9-yard line. Richardson looking deep. Now comes back and he'll run it. Richardson at the 20. Can he get out of bounds? Cannot. And that's a mistake. Richardson with a big run for 26, but the clock continues to tick. Play clock down to 2. Richardson to Sermon. He's got the first down, but now they got to run. 7, 6, 5. Can they get it? Lined up and spiked quickly enough with 2-1. That's not going to happen. Jets did complete a Hail Mary against the Bills a couple of weeks ago. Colts trying to do the same against the Texans. Richardson buying time for his receivers to get down there. He's in trouble, and Richardson trying to stay alive. Laterals to Braden Smith, scooped up by Autry. Ball is still loose. Will Anderson has it. He is down, and the game is over. And you love what the Texans did there. Instead of rushing 2, they applied some pressure on Richardson, and he did not even have time